When did you become senior pastor here?
I became senior pastor in January of 2012.
And what are some of the things you've been implementing here?
Well, we just began a new small group ministry. We hold them at 6 p.m. on Sunday evenings. And what we do is we take some of our teachers and we team them up with nationally known teachers, such as individuals like Dr. David Jeremiah or Pastor Charles Stanley or Andy Stanley, his son. And for about 20 or 30 minutes via video, they give a great Bible lesson. And then when that concludes, our teacher takes their small group through a discussion on the Bible points and the topics. But also the group, they share prayer requests, they pray together. Many of them bring a dessert and they fellowship together. So what we really see happening is that not only is our congregation growing in their Bible knowledge, but they're growing together in prayer and getting to know one another better. And that's really one of my goals for our church, is that we become closer together as we grow closer to the Lord.
And any other things you've been doing?
Well, one of my desires is, I really believe that there is power in prayer. We see the evidence of that all around us and in people's lives, within our congregation. And so we have implemented a new program where Sunday mornings people will fill out a prayer request card. Maybe they have a family member that's ill or a friend that's struggling with something. They'll put that in the offering plate when it comes by, and then those go directly to our church office, and our secretary gives those to me, and I pray for those needs throughout the week. But also we create a list of those needs, and we have a group that comes together every Wednesday night that prays specifically for those requests. So we just want our congregation and the community at large to know we are a church that believes in the power of prayer, and we like praying for people's needs.
And what is your vision for the congregation?
Well, again, touching on that issue of prayer, the scripture says in the Old Testament, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin, and I will heal their land. And I believe that America more than ever needs prayer. And I believe that we as a people need prayer. And so my vision is that our congregation would become more dedicated and more consistent in prayer. And I believe we see that happening. Every Sunday morning you can come and you can witness people coming to our altars, coming forward to pray. Maybe it's something in their own life that they need to get right, or maybe they just want to come and pray for a family member or a friend who's ill. But I've been encouraging our people to come forward and not to give up on prayer. Recently, we had a lady within our church who had been praying 58 years for her daughter to get her life on track and to come into a personal relationship with Christ, and she did. And the lady said, I have been praying 58 years for this moment. And of course there were tears and hugs, but again, it was one of these situations where we live in a society that wants everything instant, fast food, microwaves, technology. But God doesn't always work on our timetable. And sometimes we just need to be patient and faithful in prayer. And he came through, and he did what we had prayed for. So again, like I say, we want to be more of a people of prayer, but also I want our congregation to be more outwardly focused. There's been a lot of studies done on churches, and they say that a church, when it's been in the same location for more than 40 years, they have a tendency to become inwardly focused. What do we like? What do we want? And they begin to forget that we are to be a light to our communities. And so in the very near future, we're going to be implementing a brand new program on Wednesday nights where we literally step out of our church in teams, taking bread to people, calling on children, meeting with people, and inviting them here to our Sunday worship gatherings and our other events that we have as well.